Graduation wasn't supposed to feel like an execution. From the observation deck, I watched the top cadets get claimed first perfect scores, polished smiles, futures already written, their names echoed through the hangar, clean and confident. Mine came late, almost swallowed by static, paired with the leftovers. That's how I met them, Jocks with his too-fast grin and twitchy hands, Eleni who never removed her gloves, and Roan who stared at the floor like gravity owed him money. No one cheered. The instructors avoided eye contact. We were assigned an old courier ship barely fit for training runs. Then the alert came through my console. A distress signal, weak and fragmented, pulsing from a dead sector known as the Shatterbelt. No official traffic. No reason to go there. Protocol demanded we report it and wait. Instead, my finger hovered. I told myself it was curiosity or instinct, or the need to prove we weren't a mistake. The ship slipped into the debris field, metal skeletons drifting like fossils. The signal led us to a sealed pod wedged inside a fractured satellite. Inside was a girl alive, breathing, surrounded by tech I didn't recognize. Her eyes snapped open the moment the pod powered down, glowing faintly as if she'd been dreaming of stars. That's when the system flagged us. Orders came fast. Return the asset. Stand down. Prepare for interception. We didn't. The engines roared. Defense drones swarmed. Someone screamed. Someone laughed. As the Shatterbelt collapsed behind us, I realized the truth too late. Rescuing her wasn't the mistake. Letting anyone know we had was. She called herself Nova, though she said it like a question. Nova moved through the ship as if gravity worked differently for her. Lights flickered when she panicked. Navigation systems recalibrated without input. When Jocks joked about her being bad luck, the comm panel shattered in response. We were hunted within hours. Black Mark cruisers, authority patrols with their transponders darked. Everyone wanted the girl, but no one would say why. Eleni decoded fragments of old data streams and went pale. Roan stopped sleeping altogether. Nova remembered nothing concrete, only flashes. Cities burning quietly, machines kneeling. A voice telling her to wait. The closer we got to populated space, the worse it became. Systems malfunctioned around her. People stared too long. Once, in a trading hub, an entire crowd froze at the same time, eyes glassy, like something had passed through them. I tried to stay in control, issued orders, drew lines, failed constantly. Jocks wanted to sell Nova to buy our freedom. Eleni argued she was a walking catastrophe. Roan believed she was a key proof that the regime's history was a lie. Nova listened to all of it. One night, she asked me what would happen if she turned herself in. I didn't answer because the truth was unbearable. If we let her go, we'd be safe. If we kept her, we'd burn. When Eleni finally cracked the data, the revelation hit harder than any weapon. Nova wasn't a passenger from the past. She was a failsafe designed to reboot civilization if humanity crossed a line it was never meant to survive. and according to the system hunting us, that line was close. The choice came at the edge of the core ring, where the city glowed like a crown of fire. Authority ships closed in, weapons primed, broadcasts flooded every channel, painting us as terrorists, thieves, threats. Nova stood at the viewport, eyes reflecting 1,000 lights, finally remembering who she was meant to be. She could activate the protocol, reset everything, end wars, hunger, dissent, not by killing, but by rewriting. Or she could walk away and let humanity decide its own ending. Jox was injured. Eleni was bleeding. Roan was shaking, but smiling, like he'd expected this all along. No one looked at me for orders. Nova took my hand. "I don't want to be a solution," she said quietly. "I want to be a person." So we broke the rules one last time. Instead of activating the protocol, Nova transmitted a token source, uncontrolled, unfiltered, into every network at once. No single hand on the wheel, no reset button, just truth and possibility released together. The core ring descended into chaos. Ships retreated. The system lost its grip. Nova vanished in the confusion, slipping into the city with a borrowed name and a borrowed life. Weeks later, the galaxy hadn't collapsed. It hadn't healed either, but people were choosing it. As for us, we weren't heroes. We weren't a squad anymore, just survivors of a moment when the universe asked a question and didn't get to decide the answer.
If this story made you pause for a moment, subscribe for more stories that matter.